Here we have our boerewors, or our boerie, or our wors, whichever one you want to call it. We've got two ones here. We're going to cook them different ways. So they both can be cooked on the braai or the barbecue, depending where you come from. So we're going to leave one in the coil, which is a good way to cook sausage because it just keeps all the fat and the juices within the casing, so it keeps it fully moist. Or we could make it into sausages, which is easier to handle, and if you're putting it on a roll, for example, then that'll be the best way to do it. So you basically just take your sausage, get a size of whatever length you think you want to have, pinch it so there's no meat in just the casing, and you twist it around, and you just do another one. You pinch it and twist it around. You can twist it the opposite way to the other one, and the same for this one. Probably get another 2 out of this of a reasonable size. That's it, and simple as that. And then you have 4 sausages, and you can just cut them with length, and that also helps keep the juices inside because it's kind of sort of sealed them off in a way. Alright, so let's get these cooked outside on the braai. The barbecue with braai is on sort of low to medium heat. You wouldn't cook this on high because it must be cooked on low heat. So together with the wors, we're going to make 2 options. So we're going to make something which is called pap or milli pap. It's basically maize meal, which is similar to polenta actually. It's just slightly whiter in color. But this is the easiest way to actually make it. I've got some water that just boiled, so I've reduced the heat so it's not simmering. It's not simmering or boiling anymore. It's just basically boiling. So that add about a teaspoon of salt. Any kind of salt will do. And then we're going to use a whisk to get the consistency right. So you just add a little bit at a time and just keep whisking. If you add it in too quickly or all at once, it will start clumping. So this is still the best way to do it. And you basically, doesn't take long. You stop whisking when it's sort of like a just more than a porridge consistency really, because it will thicken up slightly more. You can probably see over there how it looks. And then that just simmers for about 40 minutes on the stove on low heat, and you leave it, and you can turn it with a wooden spoon every now and again, but that just needs to cook, steam and cook. So I'm just going to put this on the back burner over here. This is going to be our sauce, or our relish as we call it. It's basically can be used on the boerewors roll and the pap and the wors as well. You can do any variant you want really, it's entirely up to you. This one's got quite a lot of flavour in it, and it's a slightly sweeter flavour. So we start by just putting a bit of oil in your pan, and then we just start off with some red onions, or you can use white onions if you like. These just needs to be diced up nice and finely. This is, yeah, it's common to use this kind of sauce with pap. So I'm just going to sweat these down a bit until they slightly translucent. You want it to add a bit of flavour into the sauce. You could also blitz the sauce afterwards if you like, to make it a bit more like a sort of a sauce or puree really, but the traditional way is actually doing a relish with chopped onions and tomato, and then whatever other spices and ingredients you want to add into it. Alright, so the onions are sweated down, but we're going to add in some garlic, a bit of ginger as well, same with that, minced. And okay, here I'm using plum tomatoes, which are skinless. So this is red wine vinegar. And then here we have some paprika, ground allspice, and a few chilies, crushed chilies. This is a combination of mustard seed and mustard powder, hot English mustard. I've got a bit of brown sugar here, some sweetness, a little bit of MSG, or yum yum as they call it. It isn't bad for you. You can leave it out if you want. You don't have to put it in, but it does add a lot of flavour. And then lastly, some salt and pepper to your taste. And then I'm just going to mash it with the potato masher, just to break up the tomato slightly. And that just needs to simmer down for maybe 20 minutes or so, just on low heat. Just keep stirring it in between so that it doesn't burn onto the bottom of the pan. And then we'll be ready to plate up. So we'll start by putting the maize meal or the pup on the plate, just to start it nice and hot. It's just really nice and steaming. Just use a spoon to help it off. Next is our wors which we did in the coil, in the whole sausage itself. We'll cut that into smaller pieces. Alright, so just see however many pieces you feel you want to have. Cut that. Then for some relish or sauce. That smells really amazing. Excellent. However much you would like to have. And just garnish with a bit of coriander, fresh coriander. There you have it. Pup and wors. Let's do some boerewors rolls. These are the ones which were made into like sausages. We are twisted the casings. There we go. So 2 nice size helpings there. Bit of relish on the rolls. There we go. Looks amazing. And then just a few, these are some onions that are white onions that I fried off a bit earlier. Just put those on top. And again, a bit of fresh coriander if you like, just to lighten things up. Nice green colour there for you. And then we have boerewors rolls. 2 South African dishes that we make with boerewors. But it is endless, so whatever you fancy, it's really good. If you haven't had it before, give it a try. You can buy it online in some places, but yeah, the very well-known dish in South Africa. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.